My name is Mark, and today I will be reviewing the legendary game show Jeopardy! The story of Jeopardy! Begins during the fallout of the quiz show scandal era of the 1950s, where several popular quiz shows were found to be rigged for dramatic purposes. In the years following the scandals, the American public were skeptical of typical quiz show formats. Enter media mogul Merv Griffin. On a flight, Merv's wife Julianne would give him the $1 million idea, suggesting that the host give the answers while the contestant provides the questions. Griffin would take the idea and create a show that would stay on television for 7 decades, evolving from a standard daytime game show to a staple of Americana. Jeopardy! Would debut on NBC on March 30th, 1964, hosted by the popular radio personality Art Fleming. Audiences immediately loved Fleming's delivery and provided a sense of comfort to bringing the quiz show format back to television. Fleming would go on to hold this role until early 1975, when the daytime version of Jeopardy! Was canceled. Unfortunately, a syndicated version of the show that aired during the end of the daytime version didn't last long. 1978 saw NBC rebirthing the show as the all-new Jeopardy! But this only lasted a few months before it too saw its end. By the show's conclusion, Art Fleming had hosted over 2,900 episodes of Jeopardy! But Merv Griffin knew the show wasn't done yet. By partnering the show in syndication along with the popular Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy! Would find its place where it would stay for decades in the hour just before prime time. In 1984, the show received a modern makeover, updated version of the theme song, and most notably, a new host. Enter Canadian television legend Alex Trebek, who is already known in the States for shows such as High Rollers and the original Double Dare. Trebek would help propel the show into the stratosphere with multiple spin-offs airing over the years, including a children's version, Jep, a music-centric version, Rock and Roll Jeopardy, and my personal favorite, Sports Jeopardy! Alex Trebek would hold his role as the host of the main Jeopardy! Program for 36 years. Trebek would sadly pass on in 2020 after an intense battle with pancreatic cancer. What followed was an absolute debacle over selecting a new host, with many guest hosts taking the reins of the show, eventually landing on legendary Jeopardy! Contestant Ken Jennings taking over the show permanently. I could go on and on about the history of Jeopardy!, but I wanted to review the show as a whole. I created 5 metrics that I will use to review the shows I select on this channel: the host, design, format, play-along ability, and overall enjoyment. First of all, the hosts. Alex Trebek and Art Fleming are easily 2 of the greatest of all time when it comes to hosting any kind of game show. While Ken Jennings cannot replace either of them, I find it refreshing that the producers decided to select a host who makes sense rather than someone known for their star power. I'm looking at you, Ryan Seacrest. All combined, I give the hosts of Jeopardy! 5 stars. Jeopardy! Has often been modernized every few years as technology has changed, really jumping when television transitioned to high definition. Today the set looks outstanding while still feeling like a classic game show. I give the design 5 stars. What makes Jeopardy! Work so well is that it hasn't changed. It's always been answers and questions, outlasting all of the host changes, technology changes, and overall changes in society. Yes, dollar amounts have changed, but that's a necessary adjustment. When it comes to format, I give Jeopardy! 5 stars as well. I would go so far as to say that Jeopardy! Is in the top 5 of game shows the viewer can play along with. Part of the fun of the show is to try to guess the questions before the contestants can. Jeopardy! Was a staple in my household for many years and never got old. 5 stars. Overall, I would consider Jeopardy! One of the most enjoyable shows on TV in any genre. It's fun to play along with, but at the same time it can also be frustrating when categories are presented where one doesn't know the subject matter. Because of this, I'm going to knock down the overall enjoyment to 4 stars. Incorporating the disaster that was selecting a new host for the 2020s, I give Jeopardy! An overall grade of 4.5 stars out of 5. It is truly one of the greatest shows on TV and absolutely deserves its place just before prime time for the last 7 decades. And that's my review of Jeopardy! Do you agree or disagree? Let me know below. I'm sure many of you have feelings about the show one way or another. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Scapino Media creates far more than just game show review content. To see everything Scapino Media makes, whether it be short films, retail nostalgia, music performances, and so much more, be sure to subscribe at patreon.com/scapinomedia. Over here you can receive ad-free access to the entire catalog, early access to most videos, and priority response to comments. You don't want to miss it.